Alright, welcome in everybody. We're about to get started. Welcome in T-Storm. Taking today off Tetris. That can be wise if you play a lot of Tetris. Welcome in Shock, Nathan. And yeah, we're about to get started. So if you are in tonight's showcase, be sure to join the thread on the Discord at discord.gg/enhance. And if you are new to the community and or to Tetris Effect, all players are welcome and all skill levels. So if you're looking to play, whether it's tonight or in the future, just be sure to stop by our Discord. And yeah, we're about to get started. I think our first match, both players have been notified. So Shock and Midwest Grey Beast, I believe Midwest Grey Beast is already in the lobby here. And yeah, we'll get started. And I am Austin. Hope everyone is doing well. Ready to commentate some Classic tonight. And if you are new to the Classic game mode or have any questions, whether strategies, etc., I am happy to answer any questions. And I'm sure there's going to be some other talented players here in the chat. So do not be shy. Let's have some fun. And I hope you all are ready for the weekend here. Anybody playing any new fun games this weekend? I would be happy to hear it. I think I'm due for a new game. I've just been working through Elden Ring personally, but okay, so Shock, if you are ready to play, we're waiting for you. Unless Ferox is doing some matchmaking shenanigans here in the Discord. Let's see. Ferox will point out every missed adjustment. It's rough. So if you are not Alex T, be ready for Ferox to call you out. They didn't want to catch the DAS championship last week, and that's a good call from Pac-Man. You know what? I only tuned into the very end, so I'm already spoiled, but I do need to watch through that. So that was put on in Germany from Mark. I believe Mark is the TO there. I would love to make it out to one of those. Cole, who is the adjuster. Perhaps Cole is very, very good player. Yeah, we could always put Rhythm in here first. If Shock is taking a moment to load. I think these matches are interchangeable here. Jared, welcome in. Welcome in Coffee and Tetris, hope you're doing well. Oh, looks like Shock is in here, so Shock, once you're ready, we can ready up and get going. Good luck, have fun, you too. Alright, it is classic time. I'm in a classic mood today. Alright, so looking like a level 7 start. I'm going to get that nice purplish hue to our blocks, or our Tetraminos. We have Shock 59 on the left, a community regular, makes it out to just about every community showcase. I would guess Shock is the player that's made it to the most community showcases. I think that's a safe call. And then we have Molda Beats, aka Midwest Beast, on our Discord. Where in the Midwest? I'd be interested to know. As a fellow Midwestian. Alright, so Shock with an immaculate 0-9 start. I like how Shock is kind of just piling up on the left side. There is... Generally, it's good practice to kind of use the left side as your hold cue and just kind of be higher on the left and slope down into that right well. And in Classic Tetris in particular, there is advantage to having that right well rather than being ambidextrous, I suppose, or in like regular journey mode or modern Tetris where left well, there is no advantage to right or left well. So in Classic there is, because of how the pieces spawn. you can get a long bar to the right side in less taps or less animation of the piece, I suppose, if you're using delayed auto shift. And Shock, I think Shock is a tough cookie here in Classic, just given their ability to 0-9 or 9-0 stack properly and have that Tetris well, as we see in their modern play. Even then, it is much harder to maintain that 9-0 well in Classic due to the random pieces and one-piece preview. I think for me, the one-piece preview makes it a little harder than the randomness. So Midwest Beast is up a little bit high here, and I'm going to take a miracle to get out of this, yeah. But we can run this back. Feel free to play one more here. But yeah, Classic Tetris. I actually got into Classic Tetris after I got into, say, some of the later releases of Tetris. And at first look, you're like, oh, this is easy. Or you would think that compared to like modern Tetris, it looks easier kind of at face value. But really one of the biggest hurdles of Classic is how you control the piece. It takes a lot of practice, and that itself, you have to be so focused on the piece movement that you can't entirely focus on strategy. And as we see with like modern tournaments, we have hyper tapping, we have rolling is the best playstyle that we see from our top players, which allows you to pretty much play as late as possible, play into the late game. So much so that they had to make a rule set where gravity doubles again at level 39 for what they call super kill screen on the Classic Tetris tournaments. But yeah, I love playing with the just built-in speed, which is called DAS, the delayed auto shift. There's a nice rhythm to it. It's very relaxing. And they have their own competitions, like Jason pointed out earlier. The CTWC DAS in Germany just happened this past weekend. I definitely recommend checking it out if you are interested in Classic Tetris competition. Just found out I've been moving my well to the right in zone battle mode for nothing. I guess there is an argument, depending on if you prefer left or right rotate. Fun fact, and I feel like this takes a while for a lot of people to realize, but when your long bar spawns, if you left rotate it, you can move it faster to the left. If you right rotate it, you can move it faster to the right. I believe that's what it is. So if you generally left rotate rather than right rotate, you might want to left well. Hopefully that sounded not confusing. Don't believe Ferox, Coffee and Tetris. Or believe Ferox if that's the world we want to live in. That would be a cool world. Nice down stack here from Molded Beats. I think level 7, putting on that pressure here. And yeah, maybe because we were watching Midwest Beast. I don't know how much a classic Midwest Beast plays, but that one piece preview and I guess the pure RNG also will get to people. It can really throw you off. And the control. There is some inviting purity though to classic Tetris, which allows you to. It is inviting in a way, just like the archaic feel of it. Either way, thanks for kicking us off here, Shock and Midwest Beast. All right, so who is up next here? Happy to be the opener. Happy to have you. Yeah, for sure. I believe last week was your first one, right? So thank you for making it out again here. Oh, we're going to get you up here again. Okay, so we'll do Rhythm versus Midwest Beast. just so we have a good matchup here. I believe Rhythm is our resident Quest player that plays in our community showcases. Rocking the VR. Classic and VR is a different vibe, because it kind of goes against classic Tetris to be playing classic and VR, if that makes sense. Kind of, you lose the retro feel. But also because the classic blocks are 2D, it has like an interesting like shimmer to it when you play in VR. But okay, we got Rhythm on the left and Midwest Beast on the right. Good luck, have fun. All right, Rhythm rocking that left well here, keeping things nice and clean. I like the cutting of the losses there with the placing the J piece flat. Very nice from Rhythm. And look at that, Midwest Beast with that open well. Go to take the triple. Just keep things nice and safe, nice and comfy. Down below the half of the board. Things are a lot more comfortable if you have your blocks below the next piece queue. Kind of like that lower third. Rhythm rocking 2 wells. This is when things can get a little bit tricky, stacking high in the center. Yeah, Rhythm has the right idea. Just kind of like throw something down there. It's okay to have a gap. You can correct that gap later on via burn. Yeah, even this, yeah. So we see that one gap there for Rhythm. That's okay. You'll have to take one triple to get back into getting back into Tetris's, but it's better than topping out. So generally try to cut your losses, or accept your losses, and clean it up later on rather than try to play super aggressive for Tetris's only. Oh, Rhythm feeling bold, putting that long bar right on the column 2, and another one. I love it. So Rhythm is Tetris or nothing here. Now this is a fairly risky play, stacking like that, but chances are you'll get a long bar, but you never know. You never know. Ooh, this is going to be tough. I think that's a little too high from Rhythm, and that just might be... that's an experience thing. We'll see. Actually, I'm not sure. I think you could probably get a long bar over that on level 5. Ooh, look at that. Rhythm is a god. All right. Okay, so Midwest... You know, Rhythm is better than me. I did not know you can get a long bar over that. It looked like it was an insurmountable wall. Looked like it was too high. But close game here. I think Midwest Beast is getting acclimated to the control here in Classic Land, because the gameplays looked quite clean compared to the previous set. So yeah, Rhythm is going to have some downstacking to do. PSA for classic players, it is okay to clear singles and doubles. I feel like something a lot of new players find themselves doing is like Tetris or nothing. Generally though, surviving is key. And when you build good fundamentals for survival, you can kind of turn it up a notch in terms of aggression and stuff like that and start going more Tetris heavy. But this is a nice downstack from Rhythm, bringing it down to that lower third like I mentioned earlier. Should feel a lot more confident and free. Should be feeling liberated to stack the way they choose. All right, Midwest Beast finds a nice double burn there. Not the easiest down stack here on the right side. We'll see if Midwest Beast can find a nice solve here. This is an option. It seems fairly aggressive, but you can bank on this long bar, and there it is. So finds the long bar, gets a nice triple into that next row. Finds that burn. Ooh, I missed it. I was focused on the down stack, but Rhythm maybe finding themselves in some trouble and not easily down stacked. And Midwest Beast takes the game. GG. That was a nice round. That's kind of right on the dot for 5 minutes is generally what we're looking for each game here. So we will call it there, but stick around. Maybe we'll have some time here in the end to do another one. Or if you guys want to do a sudden death round, which it looks like you want to, maybe a higher level start, I'd be okay with that. Yeah, we can do that. That is another option. All right, who is on deck here? Just to make sure they're ready. Game audio might be low. Thank you. We'll turn it up a little bit. Ooh, Midwest Beast in a little bit of trouble here. Adding that speed to classic Tetris makes it a whole different game. And yeah, I'm gonna need a long bar ASAP if they have a chance to survive. I'm gonna top out there. Such is the life of classic Tetris. The best players will top out that early too. All right, so Rhythm taking a dub too. Call a truce, shake hands. And we'll see you next time around there. So up next we have Got Yo Sauce and Pac-Man. Make your way to the lobby. Got Yo Sauce and Pac-Man. Hopefully I know Pac-Man has a Switch too. Nice flex. It was giving Pac-Man issues last time. Hopefully that is resolved. It might be time to get a Switch too. I want to play some Donkey Kong. I don't know if anyone has played it yet. Okay, Got Your Sauce is in here. And hopefully Jason, pray for Jason. Hopefully Jason can find their way in here. AKA the Pac-Man. Yeah, Rhythm with a comment in the Discord. I can see why classic score attack isn't really preferred by a lot of players. It goes both ways, right? Generally, our most popular modes can be Zone Battle or Classic. I think Classic, some people have an easier time vibing out to Classic, but it literally goes both ways. I enjoy both personally, but I do have a different mindset. Usually when I play Classic, I'm a little more relaxed. Whereas in Zone Battle, you kind of have to... Not so much, I mean, when you pick up the pattern stacking and stuff, it's more macro play. But you have to you have to think differently for sure. There could be a lot of things to juggle. Whereas Classic is more like you got to keep your cool. It can be very mechanically demanding at the highest level, but even then, when you kind of find your flow, yeah, you got to try to be very consistent. Being consistent in Classic and being consistent in both is actually very important, but it's still a different feeling. Anyone else have anything to add to that? It's hard for me to say because I enjoy both. My girlfriend grew up on the PC version that had its OG language on it. Makes Connected Versus is bizarre. Connected Versus is bizarre. I think that's why people love it. It's chaotic. Yeah, classic survival is very important. It's harder nowadays, but in like amateur brackets, if you can just survive in classic, that can carry you very far, and probably on classic score tag ranked as well. Even just getting a few Tetrises and being able to last like 100 lines of clears rather than, you know, only going for Tetrises and topping out with 20 lines. Like, you can get by with just clearing singles. Let's see if Pac-Man can join. Pac-Man, have you had any issues in like ranked or anything like that as well? Or do you just mostly play the friend lobbies here on the Discord? But feel free to message me on the side. We can try to get it figured out if you're having issues here. Interesting. Are you able to make your own lobby? Does it let you make a lobby? Good one, Ferox. Also got you sauce with the Tabasco. See the Tabasco icon next to their Twitch ID. Very nice. Do you guys prefer Frank's Red Hot or Tabasco? That might be a US question. Frank's. I think Frank's is generally better for cooking. Tabasco might be more like concentrated, right? You can get like the giant, I don't know if you can get giant jugs of Tabasco, but you can get giant jugs of Frank's for like say you were trying to make sauce for wings or something like that, right? Pac-Man, are you able to make a lobby? I wouldn't mind making an exception where we can join you at least for one here, and then after the showcase, we can try to figure out what's happening. It could be that, yeah, cross-platform. I don't know if you've messed with any of your network settings. Not Frank's. All right, well, we could either A, postpone this match until Pac-Man gets something working here, or Pac-Man, if you're able to make a lobby, I would be happy to join, and then we'll just remake the lobby after. Let's try that. Got your sauce. If you see Pac-Man's lobby code, let's see if we can join there and try that. Now watch me not be able to join Pac-Man's lobby. So far, it's not letting me. I don't know what's going on. Do you have your Switch 1 around? Well, if we have to, we're going to have to move on to the next match here, Pac-Man. But if you get it working here, we could try to get you back in here against Gayu Sauce. Yeah, joining your lobby is like soft locking me here. goodness. Yeah, something's messed up with your setup, Pac-Man. Reset my game. One moment. We're going to talk about why I'm loading up here. Tomorrow we have a full moon hangout on the Discord, so if you're looking for people to play connected versus with, the chaotic mode we were talking about earlier, be sure to hop in our Discord. That should be happening. It'll say your local time on the Discord event. If you go to the events tab on the Enhanced Discord at discord.gg/enhance. But it should be... Is it 5 p.m. Eastern? 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Eastern? I'm a little confused because I'm in Atlantic Canada time. AST, it's a rare time zone, and it's like an hour off. All right, so I'm gonna make a new lobby here and share it in the Discord again. Oh, was Got You Sauce able to join the lobby? I wasn't able to join the lobby. So something's off there. It could be... Wonder why... Nathan, you could join the lobby? I couldn't join the lobby? Maybe it's on my side. Oh, the game already started. Is that why I couldn't join? Either way, I made a lobby. We got to keep things moving here. So, Ferox, who is our next match? We could do Nathan versus Coffee and Tetris for now. Thank you, Fairbot. All right, so we'll try to circle back to Pac-Man and or Got You Sauce here. It's like Nathan found their way. Playing on the side now, that's totally fine. Yeah, that's odd. I don't know why Pac-Man isn't able to join. Coffee and Tetris asking what speed, Nathan, if you have an opinion on that. Okay, and we need two already. I'm ready. Good luck, have fun. All right, so we're gonna do a level 7 to start. It is decided. It is official. Okay, so Coffee and Tetris versus Nathan. Good luck, have fun. Coffee and Tetris, aka Morg, in game, rocking the jellyfish. Nathan rocking the palm tree. I feel like I don't see the tree used a whole lot. All right, Tetris for Nathan here. Nathan with an interesting stack. There are some options. Could try to go for the T-spin. Although that means you have to wait for a T-piece. I like that. Just, yeah. Throw something down there. Don't overthink it. But Morg, keeping things nice and clean with a... Ooh, we need to turn on the Tetris percentage HUD, don't we? I believe with a perfect Tetris rate here so far for Morg. All right, nice double from Morg. Just have that one amino poking up over column 2. Probably going to stack around that. Very nice. Finds a nice burn. And is back down to the bottom. Yeah, I believe Morg is quite comfortable with that 9-0L. So not building any center Tetris wells. Going to try to navigate right back into that right well. It has a small lead over Nathan here. About a Tetris, I believe, if my level 7 math is correct. And Nathan did find themselves in a center well. Center wells can be a lot of fun. I think it's a little trickier. You have to have pretty good knowledge of setting up skims without covering the well. I think generally it is known that the right well is still more beneficial for spins and stuff like that, as we see like the what's the word I'm looking for? Not AI, but what is Stack Rabbit? Machine learning. I think machine learning has shown that the right well is the way to go. All right, so Nathan finding some skims. Ooh, I like that adjustment. That was the right move. Finds a nice double skim there to get back to the bottom and begin setting up for that 9-0 well. And Morg is throwing down the Tetrises, having a really good game so far. But anything could happen in Classic. One little misdrop can spell disaster, where you might need more clears than you would imagine necessary due to the randomness of the pieces. And you could also find yourself topping out if you have a pivotal mistake. So Classic, especially of all game modes, play out your matches. You never know what's going to happen. There certainly will be moments where it may be like an insurmountable score before you hit level 29. But I think for the majority of us here, that may not be something to be worried about. More so just try to survive and see what happens. Boom, Tetris for Morg. Agreed. Trash man, welcome in. All right, so Morg was ready for a Tetris there. Had to cover the well. That's the responsible move. You could, I know Morg got the long bar, but generally it is advised to survive. You could just try to only go for Tetrises, but chances are you'll top out. Now Morg is thrown into this left well, ready for business. And there it is. Tetris from Morg. And Nathan doing a good job finding some skims here to maintain that. Ooh, perfect timing. Tetris for Nathan. And as these levels accrue here, Tetrises will be worth more. And Nathan will have more opportunity to get caught up the later the game goes on here. Nathan did mention they were comfortable with level 13 through 15 speed, so that could be the strategy here for Nathan to just simply survive. Because Morg is having quite an efficient game here. On the, I guess, line to score ratio, whatever you want to call it, the pace. And Nathan is doing a good job clawing back here. They're playing a little bit in the future. 7 lines in the future to be exact. There we go. Another Tetris for Nathan. Morg fires back with the Tetris. Yeah, we'll see if Morg can maintain this Tetris rate going into these later levels. If so, they're poised to win, but anything can happen. Anything can happen here. Nice Tetris for Morg. And a Tetris for Nathan. Alright, so Nathan only 11k behind with that Tetris. It's getting to be just one Tetris difference here, especially as we level up, so anybody's game. And Morg is doing a good job keeping it nice and low, maybe a little lower than usual, just to adapt to this higher speed. But the longer you survive, the more inefficient you can be, just because more lines cleared means more score. And right now it's pretty much tied. It's like Gayu Sauce and Pac-Man are still playing in their rogue lobby there. Happy to see it. Nice burn from Nathan to keep that center wall going strong. Okay, things could be getting dicier here. It looks like Nathan is tapping based on that movement I just saw. Nathan, correct me if I'm wrong. So not using the delayed auto shift, or the movement when you just hold left or right on your D-pad. Alright, nice Tetris for Nathan. Nearly tied here. See if Morg can handle these higher speeds as well. It's going to be a big speed jump from 12 to 13. Level 13 through 15 is the same speed. 16 through 18 is the same speed. Then 19 through 28 is the same speed. And it gets crazy after 29, if we get to see any of that today. Yeah, Morg doing a great job just keeping to the fundamentals. Keeping it nice and low, keeping things comfortable. Is Tetris ready here? Nathan did go into the next speed tier, so we'll see if Nathan can keep up on the level 18 speeds. Well, I'm sorry, I always say level 18, but 16 through 18 is the same speed. Just you get more score on the later levels. Ooh, a little bit of a hang there from Morg. Getting those hangs in Classic can really throw you off because you're already kind of pre-thinking for where your next piece is going to go. A lot of the top players will kind of look at their next piece and determine where they want to move it ahead of time, given how difficult it is to move your piece in Classic. You kind of have to. So when you make a misdrop kind of late, like a late shift or something, it could spiral into more misdrops if you're not quick on your feet. So it's looking like Morg kind of at their limit here in terms of speed. See how much longer Morg can survive. Doing a great job. Every single matters here because it is quite a close game. Not able to get that long bar. That should spell the end for Morg here. Nathan with a Tetris on... Oh, this is close. On a Tetris on 19. Singles will do it here. There it is. Nathan takes it with 306k. I feel like both of you are punching above your weight there. So very nice game. Making it to the later levels here. But yeah, Nathan, feel free to what we like to call Mullen, named after Ben Mullen, a iconic classic player. And ooh, misses that long bar. That would have been an epic Tetris there. But Nathan taking it. Nice game. Got a long 11-minute round there. That's what we like to see. Okay, so who is up next here? Excellent match. Golf clap. So up next, I believe we have Pooled versus Commodore Friday. Make your way to the lobby. Then after that, let's try Got You Sauce and Pac-Man again. Maybe we can I'll try to join the lobby again. Do we have anybody else in the queue? We have Mike and Dune Hale. It worked. Okay, I'll definitely try to join your lobby again. I do not see Pac-Man in my lobby, but... Let's get... Okay, we have Commodore Friday and nobody in here. Let's get this match started. Just because we're all ready to go here. And when you two are ready, I'm ready. Good luck, have fun. Feel free to discuss your level selection in the Discord. Is nobody pooled? That's a good question. I think it... Oh, it is, yeah. It is pooled. Good question, though. Nice Kaleidoscope BGM, yeah. I feel like I don't play it that often, so... It's a cult classic. Alright, we're going to hop into it. Commodore Friday versus Pooled, aka Nobody. Good luck, have fun. Rocking the level 12 start. Love to see it. Time to choke on stream, says Commodore Friday. I feel like you've clutched it out on some of our previous streams. We usually have some pretty good Commodore Friday games. Whether you choke or clutch, no in between. And yeah, if anyone's tuning in for the first time or tuning in late, we're rocking the Tetris Effect Connected Community Showcase. What is the goal of this? To chill out, have some fun, play games, invite players of all skill levels. So whether you want to take it seriously and show the highest level of skill you're welcome to, or just want to relax and kick off the weekend. We like to get new players in here, so if you're new to the game, want someone to talk about your Tetris gameplay, do not be shy. And if you do want to play in more community tournaments, this is always a good place to just practice and have fun. Get used to somebody talking about your game, etc. Nathan, that was the second game that I've reached 20 speed in Classic overall. I was about to say, you were kind of on a tear there. Even then, I feel like Morg was also putting up a pretty good game. Maybe above average game for Morg, correct me if I'm wrong. Coffee and Tetris. Yeah, hopefully you both were happy with that game. I feel like even if you lose, but you're playing, you yourself are putting up one of your better games, it's not a bad feeling. All right, anyways, we got Commodore Friday with a really solid start here. 127k, pretty high Tetris rate. But anything can happen here. Still pretty early on, only 30 lines. Nobody kind of running into like an odd drought of not finding the right pieces to clear through this quickly. Yeah, we'll see if nobody can get back into a scoring position. This is an option. Yeah, I really like this from nobody. Just kind of setting up the Tetris over that one row. Takes a triple instead, and this should allow nobody to get back. Maybe to a right well, if they're more comfortable on that side. Totally advise doing so. Nice little adjustment there. And yeah, just about ready. There we go. Nice single burn. Back to that 9-0 position. Welcome in InfDev Stanley. You play Tetris as well, Stanley? I know Stanley was in our Humanity Hub stream earlier this week. And so was Nathan. The Tetris Humanity crossover is real. Actually, a lot of our Humanity players are pretty good at Tetris. So if you want to get better at Tetris, play Humanity, I guess, right? Maybe Ferox can vouch for that. Okay. Nice Tetris for nobody. Gonna need all the Tetrises they can get to close this gap here. Well, hey, Stanley, you could always play some Tetris-themed stages on the Play Stages section. There's some pretty good ones. All right, so nobody cleaned up very nicely, getting some back-to-back Tetrises. Kind of at like a midway point here in terms of lines. I think we'll start leveling up around, I want to say 120 lines? Or 130 lines. Actually, I'm not sure what level... I barely ever do level 12 starts. It's probably my least started level, so... oh, Commodore... Here, this is what I'm talking about. Commodore Friday with this massive lead. Kind of having a top out here. So this gets interesting. 100k is quite the lead. Nobody has 2 minutes to get caught up. If nobody can maintain a pretty good Tetris rate, this isn't too difficult, but not even Tetris ready just yet. But keep calm and collected. And yeah, this skin will be very nice. From here, you could build Tetrises 2 rows up. That might be the move. Let's see what nobody goes for here. Decides to take the triple. Alright, we are getting to later levels, so these late Tetrises will be worth more as well. I feel like nobody's going to have to take some risk. That's a good risk. So setting up for the Tetris, just because of the timer, right? It's kind of the twist that we have in Tetris Effect rule sets. There we go, huge Tetris. Oh, this is tough. Tough for anybody. Fortunately, running into some rough misdrops. Maybe feeling the speed a little bit here, because we did increase from level 12 once we hit 13 there. And yeah, looking like we are going to run into a time issue. Either way, nobody's doing a great job surviving. But fortunately for Commodore Friday, they had a really nice Tetris rate leading up to that mistake. And yeah, nice game. If at least you won the survival battle. You lived on. All right, you take that. Take that win. Commodore Friday, did you actually win? Nobody won on lines, right? Commodore Friday won on score. But all right, nice game. GG. But that goes to show that you are never safe in Classic. Commodore Friday was on a tear and then ran into a little bit of a misdrop there, right? That's kind of what makes Classic such a fun spectator Tetris game as well. Anything can happen at any of the levels. Of course, our players are getting more and more consistent. We're pretty much, when it comes to like CTWC, let's say top 16, anyone in the top brackets, you know they're going to go on a tear and maybe get to the late levels. But yeah, Classic's a lot of fun. Hey, Pac-Man's in my lobby. You did it. I don't know what happened, but you're here. So Pac-Man and Got Ya Sauce, if you're still around, let's get your game up here. And I know you two were playing some games already, so maybe you got the nerves out of your system there. Yeah, C2WC, here I come. Yeah, the only chance I have, not speaking for everybody here, but if I'm going to ever compete, it's going to be in the DAS-only tournaments. The rolling is crazy. Very, very high-skilled players out there. As we've seen in our Tetris Effect Connected World Championship, and of course, the Classic Tetris World Championship. Alright, so Pac-Man's in here, Got Ya Sauce is in here. I'm ready for you. Good luck, have fun. Ooh, level 9 start. We have the lanternfish on the left and a pair of swords on the right. Avatar choice is important. If I hop into a lobby and I see a lanternfish, I'm going to be intimidated. I'll be trembling in fear, not playing my best Tetris. If you go into ranked queue, what is the last avatar you want to see? What avatar gives you the most fear in ranked gameplay? What about a palm tree? Palm tree is pretty menacing. Ooh, that hang from Got You Sauce. That was rough. Early on here, we'll definitely run it back. But Pac-Man taking a quick dub here, such as classic Tetris. Do players usually top out because of pure bad luck or bad decision making? Both. I think generally, just looking at the highest level of play, you can get over bad luck with clever stacking, right? So usually it's the latter, which gives a player, that's what I like about Tetris. There's a lot of agency when you lose. I think there's always something that can be worked on. Of course, bad luck will be a factor. But if you're playing perfect Tetris, you can get through that bad luck. Yeah, usually both. Oh, is that the case, Commodore Friday? I'd love to hear why. Oh, welcome in, Lightrod. Too busy looking at SR to care about avatars. But usually anyone running Tetramidian has a tendency to be stronger than average. Interesting. I guess there are some avatars that, I mean, if you look at it with a practical point of view, that are hard to get, right? And that usually means there's some semblance of skill. Oh yeah, the crossbow. Oh no, guys, also another. I missed it. Their stack looked immaculate. Then I looked at Pac-Man. All right, one more try. One more try. I know Got You Sauce has the sauce to make this happen. Generally, we run a 5-minute timer, so we'll keep playing until that 5 minutes is hit. Yeah, 2 rough misdrops in a row. I think long bar was a culprit both times. I can't say I've been there. We can all relate. Oh, it's because we're all watching you now. Alright, level 8 start. Level 8 colors are my favorite. Just because I've probably played the most level 18. It speaks to me. In terms of coolest looking levels, I am a level 4 fan. Level 4, 14, or 24. I've never been to level 34. I hear it's nice though. Alright, very nice stack for Got You Sauce. We'll see if hopefully there's less pesky long bar misdrops at play here, but very nice start so far. This time around, it looks like Pac-Man has some work to do. Ooh, that's a really nice double. Finds another double to bring it down a little bit. Really nice burns from Pac-Man. Not really easy to set up a Tetris when you have the 1-8 well. That's one option, is kind of, yeah, prop up that long bar on the left and take some burns to get Tetris ready. Or you could even just set up, ooh, we got the aggression. Pac-Man sitting up. Continuing that 8-1 well. Now 8-1 is kind of a meme in Zone Battle, but in terms of classic Tetris is not the worst. If you have a choice though, you want to take the 9-0. You shouldn't want to have to ever force an 8-1 well. And yeah, for anyone new watching or tuning in, the well notation just means you have X amount of columns to the left of your open well and X amount of columns to the right of your open well. So when we say 9-0, like we see right now from Pac-Man, that means we have 9 columns to the left of the open well, 0 to the right. 5-4 is the center well. 6-3 is popular for zone battle, for moving quickly. Ooh, getting a little dicey up here for Got You Sauce. Decides to throw a square there. That's a good option. Ooh, flung that L piece over. Oh, the double S piece. Hey, are you up towards the top of your board here? Have 2 S pieces, Got You Sauce. Have fun. All right, well, this puts Pac-Man into a chase down situation. This is not free by any means. Got You Sauce was playing a bit more efficient. And Pac-Man is not in a Tetris-ready position, so getting some nice triples and doubles. Those will definitely put a dent in the score lead. Ooh, setting up for the Tetris on the left side, 1 row up. I like it. Pac-Man, are you pro gamer? Because that looks like a pro gamer move if I have ever seen. Very nice Tetris. All right, so just 10K away, 1 minute left. Barring any mistakes like we just saw, Pac-Man could get caught up here. It's not over until it's over in Classic. Oh man, it's gonna be really close. It's coming down to the wire. These doubles only give so much here. I feel like Pac-Man is going to have to get a triple or Tetris, ideally a Tetris, to just secure it. Oh man. I would say no pressure, but you actually need to feel the pressure right now. Oh man. No, oh no. I wasn't sure if the triple would be enough either. Oh man. And Got You Sauce takes the dub. Barely. Very close round. GG's. Nice game, you two. Epic chase down. Okay, we should only have 1 or 2 games left here, right? Let's see. Are we going to be out of here on time? Looking that way. So we got Mike and Dune, Hale, Mana, I believe, right? In the queue. Those two are a little bit far away. I don't think they got paired just yet. We could match those two and do a nerf, or at least a level both players are comfortable with. I feel like with Classic, it's okay to have a little bit of a skill discrepancy. But Ferox, I'll let you decide on the final match here. Oh, we're doing nobody and Mike. Okay. That works. Alrighty. Oh, you're welcome to hop in, Ferox. I could rock my PS5 controller, but I want to see Ferox play. Alright, so we're going to have nobody versus MWD, aka Mike. Good luck, have fun. I'm ready when you two are. All right, so we have nobody on the left, Mike on the right. Good luck, have fun. We got the warship for Mike. And, ooh, speaking of menacing avatars, default avatar might be the scariest avatar of them all. You never know what you're going to get. That might actually be my pick. And we got the boxer, the default avatar here for nobody. Mike up high here. We'll see if we can see some clever burns. Still pressing down, so should be feeling somewhat comfortable. I think hung the L piece a little bit there. Is going to have an early top out, but that's a-okay. Let's run it back. Well, actually, it's not over. Now it's over. But if nobody made a mistake there, Mike would have possibly won that round. Not over until it's over. All right. Run it back. Pac-Man saying, I've been playing Tetris since it was bundled with the original Game Boy. Quite a while, but I've been watching a lot of classic CTWC, and it's helping my... Yes, 100%. I feel like the quickest way to learn... Everyone's going to be different, but if you are a visual learner, which I think everyone is in some capacity, totally recommend watching the best players. They'll make it look easy, and the more you watch them, the more you kind of get an intuition. Let them put in the time for you, discover the strategies. You don't have to reinvent the wheel or anything, right? Let the trailblazers help you out. But yeah, generally watching the top players play is an excellent way to learn. What I like to do is play alongside them. One thing you could do, yeah, if you're watching tournaments, you can start at the same time, play with the same like piece set, stuff like that if you have your own hardware. But you can even pause the video and be like, what is this pro player going to do in this situation with the given piece? And see if they pick the same, put it in the same place that you would have, right? And you could usually infer what they're thinking. Say they picked a different position than you, like to try to think about why they would do that. Did they prioritize survivability? Were they playing aggressive given the situation? Put yourself in their shoes a little bit. Nice Tetris for nobody. Kind of a big Tetris given that nobody doesn't have the best follow-up, so wants to get a little bit of a score lead there. Mike has a Tetris waiting, but needs to burn a little bit to get into that position. Ooh, getting the L piece to the left is always scary. Nicely done. And ideally we get a long bar here from Mike. But never bank on it. Always expect the worst and prepare for the worst. Ooh, nobody missed the T-spin. Good try. T-spins in Classic are not easy. You have to have a good timing. And the higher the level, the harder it is to time. Nice Tetris for nobody in the center up high there. And another one. So Mike, yeah, we can see Mike is pressing down a bit more than the average bear. Maybe he enjoys the cadence of moving quickly. Just one thing to note as well is you do get a very small amount of score if you press down. Very seldomly does it make a difference, but hey, sometimes it does make that difference when it comes to chase downs or whatnot. If you, I guess if you lose by like 1,000 points, those pushdown points can matter. Which I think we had earlier, right? I think Pac-Man versus Gaio Sauce was, I think, 1,600 away. Not quite push down territory. Excuse me, push down territory. But yeah, there's a merit to it. I think generally though, people just press down because of the rhythm of it. They're just used to doing it. There we go, some nice Tetrises from Mike, putting them in the lead. Nobody had those Tetrises higher up on the board, but had kind of a bad board state left in its wake. So ooh, little adjustment on that T piece. That was intentional. That was some quick thinking. Nobody up high here. We'll see if they get the right pieces. Can we get a long bar over? Able to get the long bar over. Ooh, that T hang though. That T hang's rough. And that's gonna spell the in there. GG. I think we have time for one more. That was under 5 minutes. We'll get Mike some extra time here. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Mike, that was game 2. So we'll call it there. GG's. Got a win each. And I think we're coming up on our final game here. I believe we're going to do Ferox versus Dune, if Dune is still around. Make your way to the lobby. Double check. Yeah, I think that's it. And if I have to play, I will. I say it like I don't like to play it, but this is not the Austin show. I'm trying to showcase other players here. Oh, it looks like Dune Hale Mana is in here. DHM for short. And Ferox is in here. Very nice. I love when players hop in right away. Let's get it started. Good luck, have fun. This should be our final matchup of the night. Probably our highest level matchup as well. So yeah, speaking of visually learning, Ferox may be like, don't do this for me, but Ferox is pretty good. Dune Hale Mana is also very good. So yeah, just pay close attention to some of the stacking decisions. And yeah, if anyone has any questions at all about why things are done or what you're struggling with, etc., yeah, don't be shy here in the chat. Either way, Ferox covers up that right well a little early on, but has the wherewithal to find the burns here. Uses the long bar horizontally there rather than create further verticality. I think they knew that long bar dependency was going to come in after that burn, but they saw the long bar in their next queue. So it's okay to create a dependency if you know your next piece is going to be a long bar, right? It's getting a little hairy. We see a lot of orange pieces, which have not are not the best for setting up spins on the right, given Ferox's current board state. So Dune Hale mana with a Tetris. DHM. Have I tried rolling? I have tried rolling. I could play it at a very rudimentary level. I just wanted to be able to do it just to say I've been able to do it, but I can only do it on like level 18. Rolling is, how do I put it? I'm not consistent, so it's kind of frustrating. It takes a lot of practice to really get it down, I feel like. With that being said, I think when you do get it down, it could be kind of less strenuous than, say, hyper tapping. To get in the rhythm of it. I just enjoy the good old DAS playstyle. All right. There we go. Nice Tetris for Ferox. Getting through the pits and valleys there. And back to a clean slate. T-piece would really help kind of with the parity here. Haven't seen a T-piece in a while. There we go. Yeah, that one T-piece will, like, unless you have some clever skims, usually T-pieces will help you with that jagged board state quite quickly. Or create the board jaggedness. Sometimes you do not want a perfectly flat board at all times, right? But yeah, myself personally, I like to be on the lookout for T-pieces, and they tend to be the most pivotal in how you set up your board. All right, so nice Tetris there for Ferox. And another one. But DHM also, I believe, with the back-to-back Tetris there, so both players kind of finding their comfort zone after a rockier start. But pretty much neck and neck here. I guess not quite neck and neck. Ferox with a minor lead. About a Tetris and a half. I guess nearly 2 Tetrises. But if you've played enough classic Tetris, you know 2 Tetrises of a lead. Do not get too comfortable. You still want to survive. You still want to keep your opponent at bay, especially if you have respect for that opponent. Oftentimes, the stronger your opponent is, the more aggressive you might play, just to kind of take that risk, knowing how consistent they are, how large the scores are that they put up, right? When is the next Luminous showcase? That's a good question. Probably in the coming weeks. Yeah, I think we're about to. With the Luminous Arise hype. Yeah, look, I did notice in the Discord we have a lot of people playing Luminous Remastered for the first time. So it'd be cool to bring players like you on that have been seeing a lot of progress. And of course, we want to learn from the best, and we had some really strong players on last time. I feel like Luminous is still kind of a not a mixed bag, but it still has like some trailblazing to do. It's still like the Wild West even though it is an older title, there hasn't been like mainstream multiplayer, if that makes sense, in terms of like the community we have around Tetris, but in comparison to, rather. Either way, Ferox keeping it nice and clean. But yeah, with that being said, I'm super excited to see how the Luminous Horizon community evolves. We are going into that level 19 speed, so things are getting quite fast. Ferox kind of holding out for that long bar, does get it over. Ooh, it's going to top out with 55k lead. This is not free by any means. Let's see how soon Dune, Hale, Mana can get. Now, yeah, even that little misdrop, depending on how comfortable the player is, that could take quite a while to burn down. Now, here's when luck comes into play, right? When you're already having issues and struggling to maintain your clean board state. That's when you want good luck to help you clean up and get through that dire situation. But the Ferox managed to take the dub with the 50k lead. GG. Nicely played. That's pretty close. Good matchup. Ferox, are you also around the 8k range in rating? I feel like that's probably a pretty close matchup. If Dune, Hale, Mana, and Ferox make it to an end of a bracket, be sure to bring your popcorn for a best of 5. All right, so I think that's it for tonight. We're actually going to be on time. We're never on time for these. Oh, you're 9k now. Very nice. With that being said, I think if any of you are hungry for more matches, feel free to ping somebody you played earlier or ping someone else around your skill level that you can see from the pinned message in the community showcase. Kind of like how Pac-Man and Guy Sauce were playing matches earlier. Feel free to continue with an encore. Or you could always go to the play together section in Tetris Effect Connected. I feel like we often see co-op matches there, but do not be shy. And that should be it. So if you haven't already, be sure to join our Discord at discord.gg/enhance. And thank you all for tuning in. Tomorrow we are going to have a full moon hangout. So stop by, play some Connected Versus with us. Just you can see the event details in the Discord, see what time it is in your local time. And yeah, it's always a lot of fun. So what else? You had fun, glad to hear it. And yeah, I am ready for the weekend. So everyone take it easy, be safe. I'm stealing that from Mikey, but I agree. Everyone should be safe and have some fun. We'll see if there's anyone to raid here on Twitch real quick. I think we missed out on that last time. All right. Who do we got? Who is streaming some Tetris Effect? And yeah, I believe next week is Zone Battle. I think we're due for Zone Battle. Or we'll see if it's next week. The next showcase, whenever it is going to be Zone Battle. So if you want to practice your Zone Battle chops before then, feel free to do so. You guys know the deal. Pretty much whenever I'm free on a Friday, we have a showcase. All right. Who do we got? We have Call Me Star. Oh, there's Tizago is. They have a tournament every Friday. It seems like as of late. So we could watch some Tetris Effect. Wombo's playing live from Seattle. Interesting. We'll support the local tournament here. Let's say hi to Tizago. So if you're on YouTube, we're heading over to twitch.tv/Tizago Tayoyaba. All right, so I believe it is the Summer Showdown. I don't know how far we are in this bracket. Looks like top 16. Day 5, top 16. So I hear myself, but it's going to be, yeah, I'm sure it's very stacked. So if you're looking for the best, if you're looking to watch the best of the best when it comes to Zone Battle, stay tuned and say hi and support our community tournament organizer here. But everyone have a good weekend. Be safe. Bye-bye. Tetris on.